Hello, my exceptionalists. Yes, this is what I'm calling my followers, subscribers, wherever you may be, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, or right here on my YouTube channel. You are exceptionalist, okay? And an exceptionalist is someone who strives to be the best version of themselves each and every day. Regardless of what that is, you are striving to be the best version of yourself and a better version of who you are than what you were on yesterday. So let's get to this training for today, my exceptionalist. Our training for today, or our EduCamp for today, is choosing the right tutor. We're going to walk through the steps on what you need to know about choosing the right tutor for your child and family, okay? If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Tina Howard, and I'm an academic success coach, strategist, and consultant. I help students turn their academic achievements into financial empowerment. I do this by helping scholars build strong academic foundations, by expanding on their academic strengths and improving their academic weaknesses. I also empower parents to increase parental engagement through advocacy and building positive relationships between home and school. Because I truly believe when parents are engaged, our scholars will succeed academically. So we're going to go ahead. Let's get into this training for today. While I am sharing my screen, I want you guys to go ahead and get your pencil, your paper, notebooks, your tablets, your iPads, whatever it is that you use to take notes on. Pause this right now. Go ahead, get those items, and then come back so you are ready to be engaged and to learn, okay? So, on our training or EduCamp for today, in this EduCamp, it's about how to choose a tutor. My name is Tina Howard. I am the owner of Exceptional Tutoring and Academic Coaching Services, LLC, located in North Texas. But we also provide services to scholars all across the United States. Now, our agenda for today is we're going to be determining your reasons for tutoring, determining where services will be held. We're going to look at making time in your schedule, researching tutoring companies, and then determining your top 5 companies. Once you have determined your top 5 companies, we're going to look at scheduling an in-depth consultation so that you can narrow it down to that one tutor that fits the needs of your scholar and your family, okay? Because that's what it boils down to, that one tutor or one tutoring company that fits your child and family needs. The objective for today is, in this training, you will learn the proper steps you need to take to choose the right tutor for your child and family. Let's look at some from the desk information, because this is kind of like housekeeping things that I want you guys to know of, things that may be coming up or which direction we're going to be going in with our YouTube channel or whatever we may be doing, okay? So from the desk information, on our EduCamps. Our EduCamps will be held monthly. These will be monthly meetings that will be uploaded to our YouTube channel so that you will be able to get those trainings and information that you need. Now, these EduCamps will be educational topics. They will be on parent engagement topics as well. So if you need to know some information on how you can become engaged, please send in your questions or whatever you have. I will have my contact number at the end of this video, my contact information at the end of this video, so you can email us or you can go in the chats and leave your comments on information that you would like to know more about as a parent. Also, this platform on YouTube is for students, it's for parents, and it's also for those educational professionals that want to know and understand the different things that parents can do to become engaged in their child's education. We also have Tina Howard Educational Services and Solutions YouTube page. That's more based toward educators and educational professionals, where if you want to go get trainings, where I teach trainings on relationship building, working with students with disabilities and different things such as that on that YouTube channel, you are more than welcome to go. You're welcome to stay here as an educator too, but this channel will be based more toward parents and students and the things that they need to know to increase their academic achievement and performance. Also, we have our Back to Basics online math course. Our Back to Basics online math course is a 3-level course on basic skills and it's self-paced instruction. Now, we have 3 levels, but within each of those levels, there's over 10 modules in each of those levels for your child to be able to learn academically. So you're looking at over 30 lessons that are tailored to your child's unique and individual needs. And what I mean by that, even though it's an online self-paced course, your child can start wherever they want to. Whichever level they need to be able to start at, they can pick and choose the levels that they want to start at, or they need to start at, and then work their way up to the other levels. So they can start on level 1, module 10, level 1, module 2, or they can start at the beginning, or they can go and start at level 3, module 10, and then go back for some enrichment type activities. And you can do this as often as you like, as often as you need to help your child. There will also be workbooks that go along with this instruction. The workbooks go along with the instruction, and it has where we will have one page where we're strictly teaching from, and we're doing those activities as a teacher and as a group. Then they will also have other pages where they can work independently and do practice as they work along in this module. It supports your scholars' academic growth as well by tailoring to their individual needs, where they can go and start wherever they want to. These are real teacher-led lessons that we will be using. And we follow the TW, T and SW model. Teacher will, teacher and student will, and the student will model. So we follow that model. And this course launches March 6th of 2023. You guys, I am so excited. This course has been from vision to being in effect. It has been 2 years since I started the planning, and I have been given the vision. God gave me the vision for this course to be able to give. And actually, a parent helped me to come up with this idea, because how can I stretch myself to all these different people that may need my services because it's only one of me? Well, with this online course, you get me on this course, because I will be leading these lessons and teaching your child exactly what they need in order to succeed and get that basic skills foundation that they need to succeed academically. So please mark your calendars, March the 6th, 2023. And for these EduCamp announcements, these Back to the Basic Math course, and any other announcement and promotional details, please subscribe. I will have information on how you can subscribe to our email list so that you will get this information as soon as it comes out, because we have some more goodies for you guys. So this is our year-end closeout flash sale. Each week from now, starting this week, all the way up until the end of this year, 2022, we will offer weekly flash sale deals. We have our expanded parent conference e-guide, our Patches parent binder, our first 25 site word workbook. You guys, this workbook is amazing. You already have heard me. If you've been following me on Facebook or Instagram, you've heard me talk about my parent teacher conference e-guide. You've heard me talk about my Patches parent binder several times, and all the great resources in there are for parents. But let me brag on what we have for students, you guys. These workbooks are amazing, you guys. We're coming out with workbooks for students so that they will be able to learn and get that academic achievement that they may need in a workbook form where they can practice. The first 25 site word workbook is over 40 something pages. It's actually over 50 pages of learning activity with the first 25 sight words. Your student will not just be saying sight words. They will be working on syllables. They will be working on spelling. They will also be working on incorporating these sight words into reading stories. So we have many reading stories where they will get practice on these sight words. You guys, this sight word workbook is amazing, and you will not believe the price that it's going to be at our flash sale. And guess what is new? So when you get this, you will be the first to get it, okay? So you want to make sure that you go ahead and purchase these things when it comes up, because these prices will not be these prices again. These prices will not be these prices again, okay? Also, we have our basic addition workbook, where we'll be working on basic addition facts and things like that in order for them to build their addition foundational skills. And then we also have a subtraction workbook. You guys won't believe at the deals we have. And this, like I said, will not be these prices again. So this is our year-end closeout flash sale, because we are going into 2023 with a bang, and I just want to close this year out with a bang. So don't hesitate to pick up these items and get these items when they go on sale. You will not regret it. Okay, so now before we get started, I have to calm down a little bit, because I love talking about the resources and things that we not only have for parents, but the resources that we have for our scholars as well. It is amazing, and I get excited when I talk about these things. But let me calm down. Let me bring the volume down just a little bit so we can go ahead and get into this training. But before we get into this training, there are two things that I want you to know about choosing the right tutor, okay? There are two main points that I want you to know before we even get into this, so that you will understand. You want to choose a tutor that will help your child and your family succeed, not just your child, okay? Yes, tutoring is for the students per se, but then you also want that tutor that's going to incorporate the family in the academic success or academic future of that child, and teach the family different strategies and things that they need to know to be able to carry out what you're doing in your tutoring sessions. So you want to choose a tutor that's going to help your child, but not only your child, your family as well succeed. You also want to choose a tutor that works along with your child's teacher and school. It's not just enough for your child to be able to be in a tutoring session and get the information and be able to do the work in a tutoring session. You want them to be able to take that and generalize it or move it over into the school setting, so that they can succeed academically. Because being honest, that's the whole purpose of tutoring anyway, right? Is to make sure that they're able to take what they've learned in the tutoring session and take it to school. There's no better way than to have that open line of communication between the tutor and your child's teacher and school. So you want to make sure you choose those companies. So keep that in your mind, that they not only work with you and your children at home, but you also want them to be able to communicate with your child's school as well. Okay, so we have some common misconceptions about tutoring. We have some common misconceptions about tutoring. Please forgive me for drinking my water on camera, but I I have a slight cold, and so that I don't do a whole lot of coughing, I try to drink something. I did have some tea earlier, but I'm trying to get some water in my system as well. So please forgive me for that if you see me drinking water during our educamp. So let's look at some common misconceptions about tutoring. Before we get into discussing these common misconceptions, I want you as a parent to think about, what misconceptions did you have about tutoring? What did you have before you got into this today, before you saw this? What are some misconceptions that you had before you actually took it seriously about looking into tutoring services for your child? I want you to think about that for a minute. So go ahead, look at this screen, pause this video, and think about, what are some misconceptions that I have as a parent? Because hopefully I will clear those misconceptions up for you today during this training. So go ahead, pause, and let's think. Okay, some common misconceptions about tutoring. Tutoring is only for scholars that are behind. Tutoring is only for scholars that are behind. That is not true at all, you guys. I know a lot of people before they were like, well, my child doesn't need tutoring. They're not behind. Tutoring is not just for struggling scholars. Tutoring can benefit all scholars, okay? All scholars can benefit from tutoring. Tutoring, it provides extra support. It's not just to help your child get up to grade level, but if your child is on grade level and you may want to push them further because you know they have a lot more potential, or you may be getting them ready for advanced classes or something like that. What tutoring is where you need to go, because tutoring will help with those enrichment activities as well as those remediation and basic skill activities. Or maybe your child just has a project that they need to do and you need short-term tutoring in order to get that project done or that essay done or whatever it may be, or study for that one big unit test or semester exam. You may need tutoring for that, and it may be not for a long period of time, but short-term tutoring. Tutoring is great for those types of things. Also, test prep. If you have the ACT, SAT, GRE, a teacher test, any type state testing that your child may have to do, tutoring can offer test prep. And there are some companies that gear totally just toward test prep tutoring, and they do nothing else. So tutoring is not just for students who are behind, but tutoring can benefit all scholars, okay, regardless of where they are academically. Tutors use cookie cutter programs. Most tutors cater to your child's individual needs. They design their lessons and instruction to fit your child's individual needs. They do that in different ways, and I will touch on those a little bit later in our training as we get into it. But know that most tutors tailor toward your scholar's individual needs. And if you're worried about the cookie cutter model of tutoring, and if that company you want to look, that's something that you want to put on your little checklist to look out for, because you don't want, and you may want to ask those type of questions when you get ready to discuss your services with them. Most tutors provide the opportunity for one-on-one or small group instruction. They provide one-on-one or small group instruction. Is not just looking at a program and going by a program and someone watching your child do a program. They can do that at home. They can actually do that at home. But tutoring is more of an individualized approach to help your scholar where they are and to help them to grow. Excuse me. Most tutors tailor instruction for your child's individual learning style. I know here at Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services, we provide learning style assessment for your child when they become a client of ours. We do that, and we also not only we work and tailor our tutoring sessions toward their unique individual learning styles, but we also provide them with those different strategies and things they can use when they're studying by themselves for individual study or things like that. So most tutors tailor instruction to fit your child's learning style, and that's very important that they do that. Tutoring is all I need. I don't need anything else. Just give me my tutoring sessions once or twice a week, and that's all I need to do for my child. They don't need to do anything else throughout the week except for that. Nope, nope, nope. Tutoring is not a replacement for independent work. Your child still has to work at it. I put it in the context of, I come from a sports family, so I put it in the context of sports, okay? So that's why you will hear me talking a lot about sports. When your child is out in that sport, whether it's basketball, volleyball, football, soccer, whatever sport, baseball, whatever sport they're doing, they don't just go to practice and do it at practice and that's it if they are an elite player, right? And that's what we want. We want our children to be elite academically. So if they are an elite player, they just don't do it at practice. They have time where you may have to take them to the batting cage. You may have to go out in the yard and throw passes with them. You may get a basketball goal and they're outside playing basketball on the weekends, working up on their layup shots or something like that. Or they're in the house, if they do dance, they're in the house working on their dance routines. Or if they cheer, they're all over the house doing their kicks, their splits, and all those different things and working on their cheer routine. So tutoring and academics is the same way. Your brain is a muscle. And in order for you to strengthen your mind and your brain, you have to continuously work it every single day. Okay, so tutoring is not all you need. It's not a replacement for independent work. It is just one part of your student's toolbox for learning. Tutoring is just one part of your student's toolbox for learning. So make sure that you have all the other tools you need for your child to be successful and be a part of that elite crew academically. Tutoring is extra support. Okay, it's not the end all be all. It's extra support. That's what you're getting. You're getting that extra support so that when your child comes from school, they have that person that they can go to and they can get a little bit better or more clear understanding of the expectations and what they are to do. Okay, tutoring provides daily practice and study. With tutoring, you also have to do daily practice, and study is key to learning daily. Not 2 times a week, not 1 time a week, but daily, every single day. They need to be learning. They need to be studying. So let's clear up these common misconceptions because we want to make sure that when we look at services, we know the exact reason why we're getting services, and our thinking process is not misconstrued with these misconceptions that we may have as far as tutoring services go. So the first thing that you need to do when you're looking for tutoring services for your child, now we're into the, excuse me, now we're into the training. Now we're into the training. So let's go ahead, let's get our pencil, let's get our paper, and let's get to work, okay? So first you need to determine the reasons for tutoring. Is it for enrichment? Are you trying to get into those advanced classes at school, especially if you want your child to graduate at the top of their class or different things like that? That's where this enrichment comes in because it's going to give them those skills that they need to be able to compete and get up there academically. Now, they are competing against other students. They're competing against other students on their class placement and different things like that. So you will want this enrichment because the more advanced courses that your child takes in school, the better their rank is as far as school goes. So you want to look at those things, and we'll come back and we'll talk about rank and graduation and different things like that. We'll make sure we do a video on that as well later. But right now, I want you to know this enrichment is a part of that getting into those advanced classes. Okay. Also, so if your child is on grade level, but you know they have the potential to go higher, let's push them higher. Let's get into that enrichment. Also, tutoring, do you need basic skills or remediation support? Now, this may be for students that may be behind academically, especially with the remediation, because you want to see with remediation, you're looking for those little gaps in their learning where you need to plug in information in those places so that they're able to work on grade level. And then we have our basic skills. That's just the basic foundation that your children need as far as reading, writing, and math in order to help them to achieve academic success. So you want to determine, do I need basic skills, remediation, enrichment, or do I need homework help? Does my child need just help with homework to monitor, to make sure they're doing those homework assignments? Because most homework assignments are virtual now. Some teachers provide homework assignments through a platform like Canvas or Google Classroom or things like that. So if they're working on those platform-based virtual tutoring platforms, then they may need help monitoring homework, making sure they're getting that homework done, and making sure it's get turned in to where they're able to do it. So you want to look at those type services that they're offering as well. Okay. Also, now, how do I determine my reasons? Because right now, I don't know if my child needs enrichment, basic skills, remediation support, or homework help. I don't know which one they may need. So, how do I do this? How do I determine what my reasons are? Well, you can do it by three things. Three things you do will help you to determine your reasons for seeking out tutoring services. One of those is talk to your child. It's important. Your child knows what they need. They know what they need academically. So talk to your child, get them involved in their academic endeavors or their academic career or this educational process. Get them involved, talk to them, and help them, let them express what they need. That's one way. The second way is schedule a parent-teacher conference. Talk to your child's teacher. By now, my parents that I work with have already scheduled their first parent-teacher conference. They have already done. By October, you should have your first parent-teacher conference out the way during the month of October. So my parents, when they come to services with exceptional tutoring, that's one thing we work with them on. Getting those parent-teacher conferences scheduled and done so that they may know how their scholar is doing and what other assistance their scholars need. Now, the parent-teacher conference can be done in many different ways, and I talk about that in my videos on the first 3 weeks of school. So go back to our first 3 weeks of school series and go to those videos and look and see where we talk about parent-teacher conferences and the things you can do to do how you can hold parent-teacher conference, because every parent-teacher conference doesn't have to be an in-person event where you go up to the school. There are many different ways to hold parent-teacher conferences in this day and time. So you can do it by talking with your child, schedule a parent-teacher conference, and then you can also get a diagnostic assessment, what we call a diagnostic assessment. Most tutoring companies provide diagnostic assessments, even if your child is not getting services. And with those diagnostic assessments, they are for a fee. They can range anywhere from $50 to $100 for each diagnostic assessment. It just depends on the tutoring company, what all they do in their diagnostic assessments. And that's where you can go and look at that information when you do your basic consult with them to see if they offer that. Because you want to get that diagnostic assessment so that you can see, where is my child on grade level? Do they need that extra support or extra help? And then it's monitored. Their diagnostic assessments are monitored by a certified tutor. Okay, so with our company, we monitor. We just don't give you the link to the diagnostic assessment and let your child do it. We sit, we monitor, we make sure they're answering the questions and not just clicking on any old answer, and that they're doing their best. We encourage them, although we can't give them answers to it because we want to get a true vision of how they are. We do encourage them, and we do monitor their progress on those diagnostic assessments. Okay, so that's why sometimes it costs a little bit more, because not only do your child do it, but we have to get those and pay the company for those. But then also we sit there, we read the diagnostic assessment, we go over that information with you as a parent, and then sometimes we help you to develop a plan on what you need to do and what the next steps are for you and your child and what we recommend. So those diagnostic assessments are very important. And once you take those three components and you take them and you put them together, this should help you be able to determine your reasons for seeking out tutoring services for your scholar. Okay. Also, you want to make sure that you set a clear budget. A clear budget. A budget is very, very, very important when you're looking for tutoring services for your scholar. You need to know how much in your budget you're willing to spend, and don't waver from it. So this will help you narrow down your tutor companies and know what companies are within your budget and what companies are not within your budget, and what you need to do in order to get what you need. Okay, so make sure you set a clear budget when it comes to getting tutoring services for your child. Okay, and that will help you to determine what you need. Now, next you need to say, where will services be? The possibilities are endless in this day and time for tutoring services and how they can be held. You can get tutoring services held in home, and when you get tutoring services held in home, or even at a tutoring center or a specific location, or whether it's virtual tutoring or online self-paced tutoring, you always want to have a monitor available for your student. You want someone at least 18 years or older to be there to be able to monitor your student and monitor their progress. So you can have in-home tutoring services. You can have tutoring services offered at a tutoring center. You can have a specific location such as the library, the city library, somewhere like Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, because you're getting dinner and tutoring done. The possibilities are endless at a specific location. You can even get tutoring services held at your child's school, especially if they have after-school programs. If they're in an after-school program, why not go ahead and have your tutor go to that after-school program? Or it may be a virtual session where they're at the after-school program and they're getting on their computer and they're having those virtual tutoring sessions with your child's tutor, where they can get what they need done, so that when you pick your child up, you don't have to worry about homework. You don't have to worry about having that stress on you, because it's already done during that time they're at the after school program. So look into those different options that you have when you're wondering where will services be held. But make sure you get the option that's going to fit you. Okay. Also, you may look into virtual tutoring services. Virtual tutoring has made tremendous leaps and bounds. If you have the right tutoring company and the right tutor, that virtual experience will feel like an in-person tutoring experience. Okay. If it's a great virtual tutoring experience, it will feel like an in-person experience. So don't shut the door on virtual tutoring, because it has made so much progress over the years. Okay, next, you want to make sure you have time in your schedule. Scheduling. Listen, you guys. Breathe. Scheduling is very, very important. Not only is the location important, but and your why is important, but scheduling is very important. You don't know how much frustration is caused, not is caused, but is you have to deal with when you have your scheduling out of whack. And what I mean by that is, you can be like, well, my child gets out of school at 4 o'clock, so 5:30 will be a good time for tutoring. But did you factor in after school practices until maybe 5? Did you factor in the commute home? We live in a big city out here. So commute, a 30-minute just in general commute, can turn into an hour, hour and a half, if it's an accident, if it's a lot of traffic, if there are roads shut down. So that can turn into an hour, hour and a half. So you want to make allowances in your scheduling for that. You want to make sure that you have looked at your schedule, looked at your child's schedule, looked at scheduling of people that you may have to recruit to help you with this process, and get those scheduling conflicts ironed out before you actually sign on a dotted line for tutoring, because you don't want anything like you schedule for 5:30, you don't get to the session until 5:45 or 6 o'clock, and now a 45-minute session or an hour session is broken down into 15 or 30 minutes, because you may not have been there on time. And most tutoring companies, whatever time you specify that you want to be at that location or you're going to start tutoring, that's when the clock starts, and they're off to the next person when that session is up, and they may not work over. So you want to make sure scheduling is there. And you also want to determine, is my schedule flexible? Can I do tutoring at 5:30 on Mondays, but at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays? You want to make sure that schedule flexibility is in there, because you may have to have different times on different days to have tutoring, especially if your child has a certain event going on certain days and you want to get in. So you want to look at that scheduling to make sure. You want to make sure there are no conflicts. You want to also determine the number of days you want tutoring for. Well, how many days a week can I afford, or does my child need tutoring? Okay, this tutoring is an investment. Okay, it's an investment. So you want to invest in your child. We invested so much in our children, but tutoring and academics can go a long way, because you're setting them up with the right foundation that they need to succeed in life, whether they're going to college or not, whether they're going out straight out into the workforce or not, or whether you just want them to have those life skills that they need. Tutoring, having a great basic foundation is a must when you're looking for these services, okay? And then you want to know, will services be held on an as-needed basis? Well, I don't need tutoring every week on Monday and Wednesday, but I might need tutoring for the month of October, because we're traveling during that month, and my child won't be at school, but the school is allowing them to be able to do assignments virtually. So I need that person to come in and help us during that month to make sure my child get those assignments done. They understand the skills and concepts that they're supposed to be learning, and they're not behind when they get ready to go back to school after this travel is done. So you want to look at those different things, and always have an adult that's there to monitor what's going on. Someone 18 or over, you want them to be able to be in place to monitor what's going on and be able to get your child to and from their tutoring sessions properly, and make sure they're doing what they need to do. Next, you want to research. You want to research local and out-of-state tutoring companies. It is very, very important to do your research. Don't just research local companies, because you want to research, contact at least 15 to 20 companies. You may not have 15 to 20 local tutoring companies, but if you look outside of your state, then you may be able to find extra tutoring companies, more tutoring companies that you can look into that may offer virtual services, and then you will get the tutor that you need. So don't just look locally, look out of state as well. And you want to get those 15 to 20 companies to get general information from them, so that when you call them, you're doing a basic general information gathering of the services they provide, their flexibility, their time scheduling, how long the sessions are, and how much these will cost you. That's what you're looking for. You don't want to try to talk in depth about your child, because most of the time they're not going to do it. Not on a basic in general consult. Now they will do it if you schedule it in depth, and we'll talk about that shortly. Okay, you also want to develop a checklist and compare companies. You want to compare these companies, so this way you look at your 15 to 20, then you can remove or eliminate those that may not fit your exact needs like you want them to fit. This is a way to eliminate some of those, so you can get your list down. Once you get your list down, you want to choose your top 5 tutoring companies, okay? They may not check off all of your boxes, but they should check off most of your boxes, okay? Again, you want to choose your top 5 companies. They may not check off all of your boxes, but they should check off most of your boxes, okay? You want to be clear on what you want and your needs. So when you do get these, determine your top 5, be clear on that checklist of your wants and of what you need and what your needs are, so that when you get ready to go into these companies, you can schedule an in-depth consultation. Okay, when you go in, you're going to schedule your in-depth consultation with these tutoring companies. Okay, you're going to contact each company, you're going to schedule this in-depth consultation. Now there may be a fee to your in-depth consultation, and that is okay. Why? Because now you're able to go in and discuss your child's unique and individual needs. Okay, this takes time, especially if you want to talk about any learning differences your child may have or some special needs that your child may have. You want to be able for somebody to take that time, listen to that, and be able to determine if they really can help your child. Because you don't want nothing further than to pick this tutoring company, pay your deposit, pay your first month's worth of services or whatever, however they have it set up, whether it's tuition based or pay as you go or whatever. You don't want to do that and then kind of find out, oh, well, we can't help students with dyslexia, or we may not be able to help students with learning differences and things like that. You want to know this stuff up front. So now your in-depth consultation, it may be a fee again, but you are able to discuss your child's unique and individual needs with that tutoring company. Now, with your in-depth, you're going to go past the receptionist, because most of the time in that general conversation, you're going to be talking to a receptionist or someone that's just doing client services or whatever. You're going to be talking to them about the general services. But when you get into these in-depth consultations, I know at Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services, we get into our client recruitment coordinators. That's where you go in and you talk to a coordinator, and you're able to discuss your child's unique and individual needs with someone that has that educational background, and then can tell you what can be done in order to assist and help your child with their learning or their tutoring process. Okay, you want to also review pricing, because now you're giving them a little bit more information. So you want to look at pricing. So what will pricing look at? So now you're gone from the general, well, our services for this could be anywhere from $200 to $600 a month. Well, when you're talking about your child, you may figure out where you may look at 600, but then they may be able to say, yes, all your child may need is probably starting off is 2 days a week with tutoring services, and we can work on this, and this, and this is how we would tailor your child's plan. And then, so that price will be around $450. You just took a whole $150 off of your price, because now you're getting, or that price, we can do our $200 plan with that. So you want to schedule these in-depth consultations, because it's going to give you more, and it's going to give you a more detailed pricing. Also, at Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services, when you schedule an in-depth consult, we send out a pre-consultation form before your meeting. We gather information based on that form. Then our client recruitment team, we look at that information, and then we already can have some suggestions that we go by in order to provide what services that your child may need. Now, when we get into the in-depth consult, we talk to you a little bit further. We gather a little bit more information in detail about your child. We gather information on what reservations you might have in getting services for your child. We make sure we get clear information on that, and then that way, after the meeting, we'll send you within 24 to 48 hours. We send you a consultation follow-up, and we have 3 suggested plans that you can go with your child. One will be a director's recommended plan, where I will review that information. I will talk with our client recruitment coordinators, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I recommend this for that student. This is the plan I recommend. You don't have to go with that recommended plan. You could choose any of the other 2 that's available on there. We send 3 just for you to have options, but you can go with any of the other 2 options on that page that you would like, or you can do something totally different that's not even on the page. It's totally up to you, but that's a service that we offer to take some of that burden off of you trying to make a decision. Well, shoot, they have so many services. What do I pick for my child? We help you with that here at Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services. So you want to find a company that takes these in-depth consults, even though you may be paying for them, but they take them and they give you a wealth of knowledge and information that will help you and your child feel comfortable and feel more relaxed in this process, because we don't want the process to be way more than what it should be. Next, after you've done that, you're ready to choose your tutor. You're ready to choose that company that you want to go with, that's going to fit your needs, your schedule, your budget, and most of all, you and your child's personality. That's the type of tutor that you want to go with. And that's the type of tutoring company that you want to choose. Now, let's wrap this up. Let's be optimistic about this because it's not really a whole lot that you have to do. Just take the time to do what you need to do on the front end, and I guarantee you on the back end, everything will be smooth sailing, okay? So let's look at this. Just to wrap it up, enrolling in quality tutoring services should not be a chore or a dreaded task. It should not. That's why I have this video for you. And I have a little goodie for you too, since you guys stayed with me. I have a goodie for you in just a moment. But it shouldn't be a chore or a dreaded task. Tutoring should not be your last resort, you guys. It should not be after everything has went wrong, after failure, after failure, after failure, after you have pulled your hair out trying to help your child with their homework assignments, and now it's tension and stress in the house. It should not be a last resort. We don't want you to get to that point. Come on, let's get this tutoring done. Let's get it set up so that you guys can live a happy life and you can get to what matters, and that's spending quality time with your family. That's what really matters, okay? Tutoring is a resource that, if used correctly, and provided by the right company, it will change the life of your child and family. You don't know how many people have contacted me after getting tutoring services through Exceptional Tutoring and Academic Coaching Services and have said, you know what? You have been a godsend. You have changed our lives. We didn't know what we were going to do. We were ready to pull our hair out. We were ready to scream. But once we came to you, you have helped our child tremendously. Those are the stories that I want to hear. This is the joy that we want to bring to you guys here at Exceptional Tutoring and Academic Coaching Services. And that's what you want to look for in the tutor that you choose. You want them to have that dedication, that passion for learning, and not only passion for learning, but passion for equipping families to be successful throughout this educational journey or career. Now, here are some services that we provide and we offer other than just regular tutoring. We have our basic skills tutoring, and we work with students K through 5th grade on those basic skill levels. Now, if you're in the older grades and you need support in those, we can. That's a little bit more of some remediation that we may do, but basic skills tutoring, we work with students K through 5th grade, okay? But if your child has a learning difference, then they may need to go back a little bit further to those basic skills. We have academic coaching services that we provide. Those academic coaching services are great and amazing for students 7th through 12th grade, because those academic coaching services provides your scholar with those study skills and things that they need to be able to succeed. So that program is where we work with older students. Not only we will incorporate working on study skills, working on a study schedule, working on a study area, finding that place in the home or whether it's in another location where they can actually do what they need to do and get what they need to get. We help them to tap into their learning styles. We provide all that. We help them develop a study plan that's tailored to their unique and individual needs. We also offer ACT prep. Now, we don't do SAT prep, but we do offer ACT prep. And if you call us and you want to know the difference between the ACT and the SAT, then one of our client recruitment specialists will be able to help you get that information. But that's for students 9th through 12th grade. And we have a variety of programs that we offer with our ACT prep. Now, ACT prep is not an ongoing thing. It opens twice per year for different things. So you need to get in when we open that up. Then you need to go ahead and enroll, because there's a process that we go through. So it's not just get in when you want to get in. We have programs set up for that. So you may need to come in when we offer that, and just check our website, because all this information is on our website plus more. We also have our general tutoring, like our reading tutoring, math tutoring, homework help. We have our study hall. We have enrichment tutoring services. If you want to know more about those, go to our website at www.exceptionaltutoringacs.com. That's www.exceptionaltutoringacs.com, and click on our services tab. And that's where you can go get more information, in-depth information on our services, or just contact us and we'll be more than happy to do a general basic consult with you guys. This is just a slide of our documented growth. This is growth that we have documented through diagnostic assessments that we have done on in just 36 weeks of basic skills tutoring with ETACS, which is Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services. You see our students have improved more than a grade level and a half. We have seen that much improvement in just 36 weeks of basic skills tutoring. That's dedicated time. Services are 2 to 3 times per week. We've seen that much growth, you guys. So the proof is in the data. The proof is in the data right here in front of you. This is the growth that we have documented with ETACS that we have seen. Again, just to go over some of our from the desk information, our educamps will be held monthly. They'll be on educational topics, parent engagement topics. Please send in your questions that you want us to discuss, or maybe do a quick video on to help you to be able to get answers to those questions. So please send in those questions and we'll review those and we'll determine what videos need to be done. Also, back to the basics math online course. You guys, I am so excited about this, baby, when the birth comes and the lunch comes. It is coming March the 6th, 2023, you guys. This is 3 levels of basic skills, self-paced instructions at an affordable price. You get me and my tailored instruction on 3 different levels. That's over 30 lessons. Over 30 lessons at an affordable price where your child can work at their own individual and unique pace. We have workbooks that will go along with the instruction. This supports your child's academic growth and their individual needs. You have real teacher-led lessons. This is not a robot. This is not just someone talking. It's real teacher-led lessons where we follow the teacher will, the teacher and the student will, and the student will model. That's the model that we follow. The teacher does it, then the teacher and the students work together to do it, and then we release your students to go out into their own individual work, and then they can come back and check their work to make sure they got it done. This will launch March the 6th, 2023. You don't want to miss it. So let's go ahead. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, click the link in our bio and it will show you how to get onto our mailing list, okay? Or you can go to bit.ly/ETACS list. That's bit.ly/ETACS list. Get on our mailing list so you'll know when this is coming up. Not only for our educamps and know when they're going to be live in our YouTube channel, but also our Backs to the Basic Math course. You want to know when that's coming because we will do pre-orders for that, you guys. And that will be at a discounted price. But also, you want to join our mailing list so that you can get these year-end closeout flash sale specials. That's our year-end closeout flash sale specials. You want to join our mailing list so that you can be the first to know, because again, these quantities will be limited. We will not just have an unlimited release. We will only sell so many, and after those are gone, you will not see these prices again. I'm telling you, you will not see these prices again because you just don't know. To do this Friday 25 Sight Word workbook, it took me over 30 hours to make sure I got the lessons, I got the stories, and all those intact. And do you know how much 30 hours of my time is? That's over $3,000 worth of my time, you guys. So you will not pay anywhere near $3,000 for this workbook. This workbook is going to be so dirt cheap, you're going to feel like you're robbing me, okay? You're going to feel like you're robbing us. But that's okay. Rob us while you can. Get this workbook, get these workbooks, get these parent resources. Just get them while we have this year-end flash sale so that you can get it, okay? I am so excited about this sale, you guys. So now is the time for our freebie. Thank you guys for sticking with me until the end of this training. I know it was quite long, and I tried to hurry up and work through it and keep it within our 30 to 45-minute interval. So now we're going to go to our freebie. And our freebie is choosing the right tutor workbook. Well, what does that mean? Well, what that means is you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to create your own checklist. You don't have to go through and try to remember all this stuff and figure out how am I going to put pen to paper. We have it right here in our freebie, choosing the right tutor workbook. Okay, the link is going to be, excuse me. The link is going to be in our description below of this video on our YouTube page. You're going to click on that link. When you click on that link, it's going to take you to this page, this landing page, choosing a tutor workbook, okay? So hopefully you can see it. I'm going to stop sharing. And then I'm going to share again because I'm going to go to that page because I want to make sure you see that page. So let me share this again. Get into this. Hold on, you guys. Let me get into this so I can share it again. Because I want to make sure you see what the page will look like so you will know what to go to. Okay, here it is. It should be coming up on your screen very shortly. Okay, so now, here is choosing a tutor workbook. This is what you're going to come up with when you click that link in our description below. Don't click on this video because you won't get it, okay? It's only attached to my PowerPoint, link to my PowerPoint. You won't get it by clicking on the video. Go in the description box below this video, click that link, or if you're following us on Facebook or Instagram, you can go there, click that link. It will direct you to this video. You're still going to have to go in the description and click the link, and then you will see this choosing a tutor workbook. All you have to do, download your workbook. You're going to fill in your email address, your first name. You can click any of these you would like to receive more information about. You're going to click any of these, okay? If you want new products, basic online skills online course, when we tell you parent engagement trainings, discount, whatever you may want more information on, you're going to click that link. Then you're going to say, give me my workbook. Give me my workbook, please. So you're going to put that in. You're going to click that link. You're going to say, give me my workbook. And then, hey, I don't know if I want to click that. I don't know if I want to give that information. Well, you need more reasons. You're going to read to get, hey, these are more reasons why you should go head on and choose the right tutor. Get that workbook that's going to help you. Okay? You're going to click on that. And then also on here, we have more information on our basic skills and our ACT prep courses. When you get on here, these pictures are linked. So you can click on these to go straight to the website and get more information on prices, or you can get information right here. It also tells you the BIT link for you to get a consult if you want to schedule a consult. But then this is more information on our ACT prep courses and test prep and our basic skills tutoring program. But this is what you will be looking at when you get your choosing a tutor workbook. Once you fill in that information, client services, and you do your first name, and you click whatever box you want, you're going to click give me my workbook, and then you're going to see your success. Click here's your workbook. You're going to click the link, or you're going to click this link, either one of these links, okay? And then it says we will keep you updated on these products, services, promotion, discount, and so much more. You're going to save our client services email in your address book on your email address book, so that way your stuff does not your information doesn't go to junk or spam or anything. So save us, and then you're going to click that link. Once you click one of those links, there's your Choosing a Tutor workbook right there instantly for you. You don't have to wait on it to be delivered. You don't have to wait till my support team looks at the email address and decides to send it to you. It's right there. Once you click, you put in your information, you click the link, boom, bam, there it is, Choosing a Tutor workbook, and you could go ahead and get started. Our tutoring needs, you're going to fill out that information, and then you're going to go. Again, look at here. 13 pages where you can go and fill this information out, and you have your own Choosing a Tutor workbook. You cannot beat that with a bag. I'm just going to be honest, and I'm going to tell you guys, you cannot beat that with a bag. Don't even try. Okay, now let's wrap this up and let's get done with our EduCamp for tonight. So I told you about the freebie. Go ahead, get your Choosing a Tutor workbook so you can go ahead and get started to find the right tutor for your child and your family needs. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Tina Howard with Exceptional Tutoring and Academic Coaching Services. I am an academic success coach, strategist, and consultant. I help students turn their academic achievements into financial empowerment. I do this by helping scholars build a strong academic foundation by expanding their academic strengths and improving on their academic weaknesses. I also empower parents to increase parental engagement through advocacy and building positive relationships between home and school, because I truly believe when parents are engaged, our scholars will succeed academically. This is my contact information. If you need to contact me, send in your questions on topics that you would like discussing, or if you like to go to our website to go ahead and see what services we offer, and maybe we will be a contender in your top 5 tutoring services, then hey, contact us when you get ready to schedule your basic consult or your in-depth consult, and we will be more than happy to help you determine if Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services will fit the needs of your child and your family. So you guys, this is all for our training on today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you right back here next time, Exceptionalists, as we do our EduCamps, as I support you in providing a strong, stable academic foundation for your children. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.